Genesis GV80, GV80 Advanced, GV80 Prestige. What does it all mean? Well, today we're gonna find out what's in a name because we're about to break them down package by package by package. Let's go. The Genesis GV80 made a huge splash when it was introduced as a 2021 model car, and the ripples are still being felt in the 2023 model year. And take it from me, this thing is absolutely crazy when it comes to not only technology, but also value if you're considering a luxury SUV. Although Genesis does have 4-cylinder turbos or V6 twin turbos, we are going over the features of the V6 packages today. Now, a few universal things about the V6 GV80s is that they all have the same warranty: 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain, 5-year, 60,000 mile bumper to bumper, and 7 years anti-perforation warranty. So no worries if you live where they put salts on the road, it is guaranteed to not rust through for 7 years, regardless of the miles you put on. Another phenomenal thing about all the GV80s is that no matter how much or little you spend, they all have the same elegant lines and they all have the same amount of chrome. So you don't have to worry about saving some money and it looking cheap. With Genesis, you'll look good regardless. Oh, and by the way, I really do live here in Orlando and I really do sell these cars. So if you want a Genesis, so click the link below, let me hook you up. But back to Genesis. And to go along with the styling, if you decide to get the V6, even if you get the least expensive V6, you will be getting 20-inch rims on your GV80, so that way whenever you pull up to an event, you will be sitting pretty. Now, once you actually pop open the hood, you will see the V6. This is a 3.5 twin turbo 6-cylinder engine developing 375 horsepower. And now in 2023, you have all-wheel drive for not only the V6s, but also the 4-cylinder. Every single GV80 at this point in time will be all-wheel drive for a little bit of extra stability. Another phenomenal thing about the GV80 is that it has the newest generation of smart liftgate, meaning that unlike other luxury vehicles, you do not have to use your foot to trip a sensor in order for that rear door to work. All you have to do is have the key within 3 feet of the bumper, and when the car starts to beep, stand there for about 5 seconds and the door will open by itself. Now, once you're actually inside of the trunk, you will see that there is plenty of room to take whatever cargo, 33.9 cubic feet of cargo room. But if you need a little bit more space, touch the buttons on the side of the vehicle and you will more than double it to 84 cubic feet of cargo room in case you really need to maximize the rear cargo area. Now, what distinguishes the Advanced from the not advanced? I am glad you asked, because when you go to the Advanced, you have a few more things in the vehicle. One of those things is called Smart Park, and it makes life easy. Let me show you. First thing you're gonna do is push and hold the camera button with the letter P on the inside until the touchscreen tells you to slowly pull forward. Once you've pulled close enough to an area it thinks it can park into, your Genesis will ask you how you would like it to be parked. Keep in mind, the system can parallel park itself, but if it's a regular parking scenario, more than likely, you'll just select reverse park. After selecting your parking, the system will prompt you with a choice: stay in the vehicle or hop out and control it from the key. So if you think it's going to be a tight squeeze when you actually hop out of the GV80, you can just hop on out and control the whole event from the key. And being that the Advanced is covered in sensors, it knows what's around it, so do not worry about it smashing into another vehicle. So after a few forwards and reverses, the blinker will flash indicating that parking is complete. Your onlookers, which undoubtedly will be around, will be super impressed, and you will be on time to whatever event you were pulling up to in the first place. Now, those eagle-eyed among you have probably noticed that there was a top-down view of the car, and that brings me to my next set of distinctions, is that the Advanced is the first level to bring the 360-degree camera view. So you have a camera on the rear, you have a camera on the front, and you have a camera underneath the mirror. Stitch it all together and you have a bird's eye view of your Genesis GV80. But in addition to that, you also have blind view monitors, meaning that when you put on your left blinker, you will see what's on the left-hand side of the car, or the right blinker, you will see what's on the right-hand side of the car. That way you can switch lanes with confidence. Now, hopping on the inside of the car, you can see that the good looks don't stop at the sheet metal because the interior is absolutely gorgeous. Getting back to a few of the features that all the V6 GV80s will have is all will bring heated and ventilated seats for the people up front. So no matter whether it's chilly or hot outside, your luxury SUV will have your back and also your bottom. Another great thing is that they will also bring wireless charging pads for your phone. So if your phone is capable of charging without the cable, place it on the wireless charging pad and voila, the phone starts to charge. Now, looking skywards, you will also see a very nice panoramic sunroof. And although it is an option if you get the 4-cylinder version, if you upgrade to the V6, you automatically get the panoramic roof. Now, let's get back into the upgrades of the Advance, because once you actually upgrade to the Advance, one thing that changes are the seating surfaces, because although the standard V6 has leather-like seating surfaces, the Advance actually is the first level to bring the genuine leather seats. And speaking of seats, another fun fact is that once you get the Advanced package, something great that the driver's seat adds is called ergo motion. And although you cannot see it moving, trust me, this very nice massage-like feature you will definitely be able to feel. If you like music, you are going to love this next feature, and that is the Lexicon Premium Audio System. So after a stressful day, the speakers will help the world fade away as you crank up the volume. Now, speaking of driving, something that will actually assist your situational awareness on the road is the heads-up display. The Advanced package is the first level to show you how fast you're actually going, not just on the speedometer, but also projected onto the glass. Now, how does the GV80 stack up if you aren't one of the people in the front? Well, I would say quite well, because in addition to everything you get in the standard vehicle, the Advance brings a few upgrades in the rear. One of those being 3-zone climate control, meaning that the people in the back could be at a different temperature than the 2 people riding up front, and also integrated into that is heated seats. So if it is a little chilly, go ahead, turn on these heated seats, and you are good to go. Now, here's a question I get asked all the time. Does the GV80 have a 3rd row? Yes, the GV80 can come in a 3rd row option if you get the Advanced Plus. Although the wheelbase doesn't change, it does give you all the features of the GV80 Advance with the addition of 2 seats in the rear. Now, keep in mind, it does not turn the GV80 into a Cadillac Escalade, because again, the wheelbase is the same and is basically good for really small kids or grandma if she's short enough and cool enough to sit all the way in the back. Now, if you want a vehicle with actual space you could use and still have Genesis level quality, click this video card in the top right corner and check out the Palisade Calligraphy. I think you're really gonna like it. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the GV80 Prestige. Let's go. And that is the Genesis GV80 Prestige, and from the outside you can notice that there's not much difference between the Advance and the Prestige, but one thing that you definitely do notice is that the Prestige package is the only package to bring those 22-inch rims. The 20s are nice, but the 22s really set the entire body off and really do help with that curb appeal. Now, starting off around back, one thing you'll notice is that between the Advanced and the Prestige, you have the same type of carrying capacity, but where it distinguishes itself is that the V6 versions of the Prestige actually have an electric folding 2nd row. That means if you dropped off family at the airport and now you have to go to Home Depot, you from the rear cargo compartment can actually lay down both seats independently. Just push the little buttons on the side and down they go. Another benefit of that is that you can actually recline the seat. So if you need a little bit more passenger room and your passengers request a little bit more comfort, they could actually recline the seats just as if it was a seat in the front of the vehicle. Now that we're actually in the 2nd row of the car, there are a few unique aspects when you go to the V6 Prestige. So first off, we are going to start with the quilted Napa leather. Once you go Prestige, you get this beautiful quilted Napa leather in the rear of the car, but it doesn't only look good, it feels good too, because another difference with the Prestige package is that the seats not only warm, but they also ventilate for the people in the front and also in the rear. Now, let's say your seat is perfectly comfy, but there's a little too much light or a little too many eyeballs coming to the inside of your vehicle. Well, one thing you could do is raise the sunshades, but unlike the previous models, the V6 Prestige has powered sunshades. So lift the window switch up and the shades come up. push the window switch down, and the shades again go back down to allow you to have the perfect amount of comfort in the back of the car. Another difference is that if you actually look up, once you go Prestige, you also do get the suede headliner in the car. Not only does it feel so soft and good, it actually looks really good as well. And that brings me to my next point, because the V6 Prestige also does have these little mirrors. So before you get out of the car and conquer the town, you can make sure that your hair is looking good, your makeup's looking right, so that we can get out with confidence. Now, hopping to the front seats, you can see that you have the same beautiful quilted Napa leather, not only on the seats, but also right here on the transmission tunnel, so that way you could rest your leg against that quilted Napa leather. Now, comparing it to the Advanced, there's not really that much difference in features until you realize that you have a fully digital instrument cluster when you actually get to the Prestige package, which means, unlike the Advanced, when you put on your blinkers left or right, you will only see it displayed on half of the gauges. But in the Prestige, if you put on the left blinker, you will see it on the left hand side of the car, or if you put on your right blinker, you will see it on the right hand side of the car, which is a little bit more intuitive and easy to comprehend. And one last feature that distinguishes the Advanced and the Prestige is something you can't even see. It is active noise cancellation, and the GV80 is quiet without it. But in case you're driving down the road and there's a little bit of sound that penetrates the cabin, the car will be able to compensate by acoustically canceling that little bit of noise that actually comes out, which is super tremendous. Now, you're still gonna hear the firefighters and the police coming right by you, but if it's a long cruise and you really wanna jam out, that noise cancellation is definitely next level. And so guys, those were some of the major differences between the Genesis GV80, GV80 Advanced, and GV80 Prestige with the V6 engines. And no, I didn't talk about every single little detail of the car because it would take way too long and I'm too far for that. But if you like these videos, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share, and make sure you hit the bell notification to get alerted to the newest videos the second they are released. But till next time guys, I'm your car guy, and I'll see you soon. Do you guys want to know how much I love you? Check this out. I just put the Advanced right over there, and I had to record it in the back. So from the front on this hot, humid Florida day, I gotta walk all the way to the back, way down there, to bring the gray one back up front, because I'm a good person and I put my toys back where they belong. They're doing construction like right there at the house. And it's like they hear me doing my thing, because as soon as I'm about to start, it's fun making videos. Still walking. See? Almost there though. Kinda. Now before we jump into the meat and potatoes, finally, I made it all the way from over there by myself. Yeah, you guys should like really like subscribe, please. Like, yeah, subscribe.